This is Roxanne, and today I would like to discuss with you guys about my Oopg project. My Oopg project is an ordering list where the user is able to input their data or their order into the ordering list, and the owner is able to see the data. So let me demonstrate about how this project works. So I created a username and a password to demonstrate this. So for this, the username is admin and 1234. When I click this checkbox, I'm able to see the password itself. When I uncheck it, I'm unable to see back the password. So when I log in, I will have a ordering form. This ordering form will help to get the user to put in their product, their company name, unit, address, and delivery date into this ordering list. So I'll demonstrate to you. So I have input some data into it, and when I put in and I press the add, it's entering into the data itself. And when I want to change, for example, I want to change the product, I need to press the ordering list, which is 1013, and the product that I want to change, for example, I want to change it to fish. So when I update it, I'm able to update the product itself. I am also able to delete the product the list that I do not want. For example, I add this, and for example, I do not want this anymore. So when I delete it, it will not have anymore. And I'm able to search the date where where I want to deliver it. For example, this one where I put it in on that date. I also have a register where you can add more user into the data. So when I come in here, I'm able to input in the first name, the last name, the email address, the username, password, and put the position itself. So let me show you an example. So for this example, I put in the first name and the last name, the username and the password. When I add save, it will go into the SQL, and you're able to see the username and the password. And when I do not want the data that I input it, for example, I'm able to clear the whole entire text box. And when I do not want this username, I'm able to delete the user itself and will not be in the SQL anymore. Also, when I create a new username, I will not able to create a similar username. For example, I when I press the want to add, it will put that it's a duplicate information. When I close it, it go back into the ordering form and you are able to close it. So in my SQL table, there are two uh, table that I created. One is a login form and the ordering table. So for my login form, just now I created this user and is inside this SQL itself. So that when the next time you log in, you're able to see the data itself and you're able to log in. For the ordering, it's also went into the SQL itself, which is just now I type in fish, fair price, the units and the place that I want to put in. So for my login class, I have a public static str connect where this is the place where I keep my data inside the data set. And these three lines is to create a new place where I can put my information inside. So when I connect in this data source, and then after that this statement is to where I can create. They know that I'm able to connect which form into the data set. And then after that, it will fill into a data table and it will close it. If there is any error, they will give a message box to tell that uh, this there's an error itself and unable to connect into the data. For my sales class, I also have the same thing where this is the place where I connect into the database And these are all the commands, the names that I put over there. For this part, public sales is to have a constructor to open a connection. And this is the public executioner string. For this part is for you to insert and delete and update the data that you put inside there. For my login button, this login button is where if it's not empty for this text box and this text box, it will create a str SQL string where I'm able to put in this data to tell that what I want to search inside the database. So after that, I'll create the table itself where this table will connect into the login form, login class, and this login class will able to run this statement where I'm able to connect into the SQL to search for what I want to do. And after that, I search, I'm able to find the information that I wanted and I'm able to log in into it. So if its login is successful, you will go into the new form itself. And if it's not, it will give you the incorrect username or password. For my ordering form, this part is my display. So when I want to what I want to display. So for example, this is my execute SQL to select from where and from what table itself. And this is the data that I able to put. Each header text is equals to the form is to what I want name I want to put and the width itself. This is also the same as the previous one. In my register, in my login form. This login form for this command is to say that it is not empty for this text and this text. It will update the text box itself. And when it updates, it will run this command where it's ORD which you connect it to your sales, and you are able to add the information inside. And then it will clear the text box. For my add button, it is when it is empty, it will show that this message box, and then it will clear. You will put into the text box that you either you put it to empty. So if there is no problem, they will run this, which is a direct result, so that you want to know that when it show this message box, if you choose yes, it will create a insert which is to add into your SQL itself. So this is the SQL. Do that this is to run this login where what is the requirement and from which data to put and connect into it. And then after that, it will show a message box that you save it. For the delete, I have a try and catch error. So for this, it will delete. It will ask you whether you want to delete the program itself. If you want to delete the program, if you press yes, it will execute this command where it will tell you it will able to show that you want to delete from which table and where you want to delete, and then after that it will display back again, and then after that it will tell you that you have successfully deleted. So for my add user form, it's almost the same as my ordering form. The save button is a bit different from the ordering list. The only difference is that it has a check duplicate count. So if there is a duplicate, they run the program, they connect to SQL, run the program. If they find out that there's a duplicate, they will show that this username is already being used. And if it does not have, it will tell you that if you press yes, if you want to save, it will show that this is the requirement. That means you add into the table, and uh, it will put it into the table itself. And then after that, this is the message it will show that telling you that you managed to save it.